touching my thigh and kissing my hand, and then asked him if I wanted to see his.
Urinated on yourself, or what is that?
What'd you get locked up for?
Child. I'm 53.
Why would you be sitting in a car with a 17-year-old?
And I've never seen a white woman naked, and I said I'm 17, and he was like, it's fine, nobody has to know.
On October 8, 2024, officers were called to a boat ramp after a 17-year-old girl secretly sent an SOS message to friends, claiming a heavily intoxicated 53-year-old man got into her car uninvited and began touching inappropriately. Before we move on, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video.
I hear him just listening to my music, and he walks up very clearly drunk, and then he asked if he could get in my car with me. I didn't say anything, but my doors were up, and he got in the car with me, and he started touching my thigh, and I hit him. And
He started what?
touching my thigh and kissing my hand, and then asked him if I wanted to see his. And I pressed SOS on my friend's Life 360 and had her call the cops, and because I couldn't say anything. And I'm 17. He knows I'm 17. He has admitted that he's 52.
Who is he?
I don't know
him?
No, I do not.
Okay.
But I kind of panicked, and that's what Life 360 is for. So.
Let's just hang out right here for a second.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good.
You got an ID on you, sir?
What's this all about?
Just asking for an ID.
Can I understand why?
Got a report about something going on right now. Just want to verify everybody's identity. Were you from out here from Woodbine?
Yes, sir. Just talking to her about her boyfriend, her being pregnant.
Yes, sir. Urinated on yourself, or what is that? On your pants?
Oh, no, that's from a drink, sir.
Have you been drinking anything today?
I had a drink, yes.
You had an alcoholic drink today? Okay.
sir.
Just asking if he urinated on himself. You got it.
No, I had a drink.
What's going on down here, bud?
Nothing, sir.
Do you know who that is?
No, sir. We were just talking about her boyfriend being in the Navy and her being pregnant and her boyfriend beating up her
So that's your car. You drove down here
a while ago. Yes,
a while
sir.
ago?
I've been down here probably about an hour and a half.
Hour and a half?
Mm-hmm.
What's your name?
Anthony Thackler. I had a bad day at work. A very bad day at work.
Where do you work at?
UBS.
UBS?
United Building Supplies in Brunswick, Georgia. I live in Ablewood.
How did your interaction with her start?
She was up here crying, like real bad.
What you mean up here?
She got on her car crying.
Sitting on top of her?
Sitting on her car crying, yeah. And I asked her, I said, are you okay? She said, well, I'm just having some bad day about my fiance and my family. I'm pregnant. I found out I'm pregnant. And I said, well, everything is just what it is. You just got to tell him to be straightforward with your family and everything. Well, he did. They fought with my family, with my dad and everything. I said, that ain't the way for him to go. I said, you have to let him know to be straightforward. Don't be physical with your family, with your dad or nothing like that. I said, listen, you're 4 weeks pregnant. So all you have to do is let him know he's E2 in the Navy. Let him know what his intentions are with your family and what your intentions are with him towards your family, and be straightforward. And that's it. We've been talking about that. You've been right here. That car's been here. You've been right here.
So how long have you been talking with her?
Probably 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah, we've been right here.
At any point, was you sitting in the car with him?
Yeah, for about 5 minutes. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. All right.
All right.
I had a very bad day at work.
What happened at work?
I work at UBS, United Building Supplies, Unique Building Supplies, and I was
He didn't want to leave you alone.
No, and he kept touching me and grabbing my thigh and kissing my hand, and then he exposed himself over off the bed.
Okay. Do you mind writing a written statement?
I've gone through so much legal shit in the past, week, but sure.
All right.
I'm just, my best friend and my reference is verbal.
Okay. Whose car is that? That's yours?
It's in my dad's name, but
How long have you known this guy?
I don't. It was a guy that was down here. I was sitting on the top of my car.
All right. Well, here's that. Here's the pen right here. How long have you been out here?
Only about an hour.
Were you here whenever I came around?
I don't know.
I came around here. I do.
If my white fellow was here, then yeah.
I saw him sitting in his blue car.
If you only saw him, then you didn't see me.
I didn't see you.
Let me ask you this. You got any knives or anything on you?
no, I have nothing.
Let me check your pockets real quick.
I have my keys in my right pocket.
Stand right here for me.
I have 2 bottles that I drank.
And step right up there towards the front of the car.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How about you?
So that was all y'all talked about was her issues with her baby daddy, for a better
Yes.
lack of terms.
That's it. About the baby's daddy with her issues, her family. About him beating her daddy up and stuff like that. And about her friends going to a party tonight. That's it. I've been on probation for 6 years. I've been out of prison since 18.
What'd you get locked up for?
Child, which was a hoax.
Okay.
I have no restrictions, nothing. I've been scot clean. I've not been on no, I have no restrictions. I have nothing.
Okay.
I'm being honest with you. My PO officer is Oswald.
Okay.
PO Oswald.
It doesn't ring a bell with me. I'm not familiar with most of them.
Well, anyway, I've been out for six years since 18.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a steady job with the same company. I've been married for 5 years, going on 6 years with my wife. Been working, everything. No problems, no interaction with no law enforcement or nothing. Because I got locked up on a humbug. Because I signed up with Blackwater. I was a former Marine. I signed up with Blackwater, and my former wife found out that I sent money home to my son because he was terminally ill to his mama, and she cried wolf. 2 weeks later, after I got sentenced, she signed a letter saying that I didn't do nothing. So I signed a House Rule 441, which I'd never been in trouble with prior. I didn't know nothing about it. I had Clyde Urquhart as my public defender. I did 20 years. I got out, and I've been on straight and narrow since. I have no problems.
Did he just come get in the car without you inviting him? Or
So I wasn't inviting him. I was like, I'm gonna sit in my car if you wanna, walk off, and he just came front my car. And once he was in the car, he started touching my leg, and he kissed my hand, and he wouldn't stop touching me. He knows I'm 17. I made that very clear because when I'm down here, I'll talk to people, I'll be friendly, but I'm not gonna I have a whole fiance. I'm not trying to do anything
right?
that, and he's, I think 52 or 53 is what he told me. I've been down here since 7:17, so 45 minutes. And he started touching me, and I said, "Oh, okay, let's go for a walk." And I sent an SOS on 360 to my boyfriend's sister and my best friends, and they both called me, and I was like, "I can't talk right now, but I'll bring the pizza to the party later." I couldn't
So
really. Then
next time that happens, just dial 911.
Yeah.
Don't just leave it an open line.
Yeah, he kept looking at my phone, and I didn't want to put myself in a dangerous situation before you guys got here.
I mean, I got it, but
Yeah.
if you call 911, they can see where your phone's at.
Yeah.
That way we can come straight
Yeah.
to you. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just kind of panicked.
I know. You done good.
Yeah.
What time was that you said when you got here?
7:17.
7:17. I got here 7:23. I saw him sitting in his blue car at 7:23.
So you went for a walk, come back to your car, and he approached you?
He said they sit in there for about 5 minutes.
He wasn't invited inside the car.
Right. I hadn't touched on that part with him yet. What's got me is that little wet stain on his pants. One more thing. So you walked over there. You said you sat in the car for about 5 minutes.
That's it.
So did you just open the door and sit down, or
That's it.
was you asked to get into the car?
Yes. She said the bugs are bad. Let's sit in the car and talk. That's it. We talked about.
You sure that she didn't say, I'm going to get in the car and sit?
No, she asked. I said, "Are you sure?" She said, "Yeah."
I think you're full of
Sir, I've been out of prison for 6 years. I have no problems.
I got you. Well, hopefully this will put you back in prison.
You can call my PO officer. I've had no problems.
Good. Well, just because you haven't had any problems doesn't mean you didn't relapse tonight. How old are you, sir?
I'm 53.
Why would you be sitting in a car with a 17-year-old? Explain that to me. Give me a good reason.
I was talking.
Give me a good reason.
I was talking to her to explain to her about her and her fiance,
Yeah?
about the problems that her boyfriend was beating her and her husband, her father,
Yeah?
about her being pregnant.
Mm-hmm. So that involved you touching her?
I didn't touch her.
You didn't kiss her on the hand?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
You didn't touch her on the thigh?
No, I did not.
Did you touch yourself?
No, I did not.
So it's just convenient that this is stuff we're being told, and you happen to spill a drink right there.
I did not. The drinks are over there in the bushes. I threw the bottles in the bushes. I'm telling you the truth. I'll go in the bushes and get them. They're certain off screwdrivers. My wife will come and pick me up right now.
Nah, she ain't going to. There's zero reason for you to get in a car with a 17-year-old girl.
I got a question about the little spot he has on his pants. What was that from?
I have to reason that's my question.
He said he dropped a drink, but my reasonable suspicion is that maybe he pre-ejaculated on himself or anything.
I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention to anything
Yes,
down
ma'am.
there. I was watching his hands, seeing whether or not he was in the
Okay.
I've been before. I was watching for all the signs.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
As soon as we got in the car, I sent out the SOS.
Yes, ma'am.
He's obviously very drunk, and that's another reason I didn't call 911 myself, because if he was sober, I'm gonna go home. And I
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't want to.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
Yeah.
There's not a good excuse that you can tell me why you were in the car with a 17-year-old girl.
I didn't know her age at the time, but you're correct, right, sir. We didn't.
If you're married, why would it be any good reason for you to be in a car with any other female other than your wife?
You're correct. You're correct.
How much have you had to drink, Stephen?
2 Cernoffs.
2 Smirnoffs.
I had a bad day at work.
Yeah? Well, you didn't make it any better. So when she started talking to you as you approached her when she was coming off the boardwalk, and she said, oh, the bugs are bad, which it's windy out here, so there's no bugs. She wanted to sit in her car to get away from you. Then you go and get in the side of the car and sit down with her.
No, that's not what happened, sir.
Tell me your version of events.
She came off and sat on top of her car,
Right?
on her roof.
And you walked over, introduced
She
yourself.
started talking.
From where were you at when this happened?
I was walking to the deck
Right?
out front.
What, like she started talking, how'd she start talking?
She said-
Hey, how are you tonight? Probably how it was, kind of like, just an acknowledgement, because that's the nice thing to do.
And I said, how you doing?
Right,
She
okay.
said, I've had a rough day.
All right.
I said, I have too. I said, are you okay? Because she was like sobbing and kind of crying. Like,
Right.
I said, are you okay? She said, no. I said, what's wrong? She said, my family and I are fighting about me trying to control me. I said, about what? She said, well, they're just trying to control me because my boyfriend is older than me and he's older than 18. I said, okay, how old are you? She said, 17. I said, well, how old is he? She said, like 22. I said, well, what's the big deal? She said, well, I'm 4 weeks pregnant. I said, okay.
Let me stop you there, because you told me a while ago when you got in the car with her, you didn't know she was 17. You just told me that you knew that she was 17.
So you're lying.
I didn't.
Keep telling your version of events. Let's go.
I said, what is the problem with him being, she said he's in the military and he beat my father up about me being pregnant. I said, that's not right. He should come clean and tell your father what the plans are with you being 4 weeks pregnant with the baby and him. And
Let's get to the part where you were. Let's make it to the car.
She said the bugs are bad.
Yeah.
We can talk in the car.
Not even one bug. You been bit by a bug?
No, not yet.
No.
Without getting too graphic with stuff, was it said that he started touching himself? No?
No, he just asked me if I could unload, and then I was like, I'm good, I'm engaged. I have no...
He asked you to
Yeah.
undress.
Yeah, and then he was like, well, I just feel bad because I'm 53 or 52 or whatever he said, and I've never seen a white woman naked, and I said, I'm 17, and he was like, it's fine, nobody has to know. I'm like, but they kind of do.
And you have no idea who he is.
That
Okay.
because I come down here all the time, and I've never seen him before in my life. He swears he's down here every night. But
So was you, let me ask this, because I'm just kind of comparing stories. He said that you were sitting up on the roof.
yes,
And he walked over, y'all started talking.
yes. He
And-
got too close to my car, and I was like, hi. And then he walked over, he got a little too close to my car, so I was like, whoa. Yeah. Fulkerson is asleep. I called him 6 times.
You know you got me.
I know.
Sleeping too. I'm just with it.
But he walks over and he just starts getting way too close to my car. So I was like, whoa, what's going on here? He starts talking. He's like, you had a bad day. I heard you lost the music when you came down. I was like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, just make it really. It's like, yeah. And I was like, I started talking about my day. And then I was like, the bugs are eating me alive. I'm probably going to get in my car and go. And he was like, okay, I'm going to get in your car with you. And I didn't say anything to that. He got in the car with me because my door was unlocked. And as soon as I got in the car, the doors and started touching me, grabbing my thigh, kissing my hand, asking me to undress, complaining about how he's never seen a white woman naked, asking for her phone number when I said that I was texting her, because I was like, well, I'm going to a party tonight. I need to text my sister about, it's my boyfriend's sister, but that's beside the point.
Okay.
About party supplies.
So he didn't ever expose himself
Except on the pier.
on the pier?
Yes.
How did that happen?
He was like, I'll be right back. If you want to look, you can. And then went on.
Was he like peeing off the
I
pier?
think, yeah.
That's what he was
Yeah.
doing?
I'm not completely sure. I wasn't looking. I was panicking, texting her.
Where did he go to?
Right.
Like all the way to the end, or just like
off the side, like still into the bushes.
just kind of like?
Still into the bushes.
Oh, so he didn't actually go onto the pier?
Yeah,
or like
he
the
was
walkway?
on like the, I guess it's considered the boardwalk.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So he just walked right out there,
But I-
facing back this way.
No, he was facing, but he was like, say, I'm over here. He was facing like this way.
You was still sitting in the car?
I was sitting right here.
Okay. This was before y'all entered?
No,
Or-
this was after. I told him when he got in the car, I was like, you know what, let's go for a walk. I don't really want to sit in the car right now because
Trying to create distance.
Yeah, and then he continued to hug me, grab me, ask for her phone number because I said she was my sister and I was texting my sister. Talk about how he's never seen a white woman naked and how he's only ever been with black women and all this. Hi, Justice. And then we got back to the car and we were sitting here and I was texting her in a panic, texting both of them and waiting for you guys. And he was just sitting here, standing right here, closer than she is now, and just talking about his dog, how his dog gets heartworm and how he crashes.
Sorry it took so long because the address we had was kind of whatever.
I was trying to get what I could from her to send a.
I'm riding around Woodbine all over the boardwalk. And I'm like, oh my God.
Have you been bit by a bug while we've been out here?
I don't think so.
It's windy, gnats. They get blown away. They don't bite in the wind. But continue on.
We sat in the car, and then we got.
She said, can you come sit in the car with me? Or will you sit in the car with her? Is that what she
She
said?
said, "Do you want to go in the car?" The both.
Yeah. This is after she told you that she was 17, correct?
Correct. Well, I was just talking to her. I was not even touching nothing.
Nothing. So where would she think that you was touching on her leg or her hand? Or how was she confused that you kissed her hand?
I didn't. Sir, I did not kiss her hand. I did not.
Well, what could have construed where she misunderstood what your intentions were?
Sir, I was not.
Explain it to me. That way I know where this is a big misunderstanding.
Let me ask this question.
Yes.
You said that wet spot's from you spilling a drink.
I drank a screwdriver, and I had it just like this.
Could that wet spot be from that, or could it be from whenever you walked onto the boardwalk and urinated off of the boardwalk?
I did not urinate. I got to pee right now. I don't.
So you didn't walk on the little walkway?
No,
And
I
pee?
walked right to the front, right here, and threw the bottles off. The bottles are right in that bush, right there. So litter. Yes, you can find me with litter.
With what?
Littering.
Oh, okay. Just explain to me how this is all a big misunderstanding. How you're you're in the wrong place, wrong time.
I can't, sir.
So
That's
you're a violent offender, correct? That's how you've been labeled, and that's the way the state of Georgia looks at you, correct? Is that what is that's correct, right? I'm not in misunderstanding how you're being categorized and what you're on probation for. Am I wrong with that? What'd you go to jail for?
child.
Okay,
Well,
so
I have.
I'm asking you,
Yes,
what are the stipulations of your parole and probation?
I have no stipulations.
None.
None.
So you're just a violent offender,
I have
and
no
they ain't told you
stipulations.
you can't be around this person, that person.
I have no
nothing.
stipulations.
So they're going to be cool with you just getting in a car with a
I have
17-year-old
no
girl.
stipulations.
Oh, okay.
And I talked to her as a father.
Are you her father?
No, she said her father is not listening to her. I said, listen, this is what you need to do. You need to get your boyfriend or fiance, whatever one he is, both sit down and explain to him what your intentions are to do and what your future is together.
So you came here at what time?
I was here about 6:30.
And you've had 2 drinks.
2 Smirnoff screwdrivers.
That big?
The 20 ounce.
Oh, okay.
I take a bunch of different medicines for my military background. I have PTSD, depression, anxiety. I'm a disabled veteran from the heart.
Okay. And you still drink alcohol with them pills?
Not normally. I had a real bad day at work today.
Take a deep breath, blow. That's good.
066 That's actually a lot less than what I expected.
Yeah, I was expecting way more than that. But it's still a positive for alcohol, and you're not supposed to be drinking when you're on probation. Where'd you throw them at? Come show me over. Come show me.
Right here and here.
Down in here?
Right there's one. See it?
No, okay.
Right there's one.
Well, hop down there and grab that one.
Oh, there's one. Still cold.
Yeah. And with her talking about him coming up here and peeing, which you said he didn't, but you can see that spot right there, and those bushes right there are wet. It smells like urine. That's about where she put him at. And then with the wet spot on the front of his pants and the other stuff, there's a handful of charges we can put on it.
All right.
I drink on probation. I know I did wrong.
All right, turn around. Just put your hands behind your back.
So what's gonna happen to me?
You're gonna go to jail.
For what? Drinking on probation?
No,
Got more charges.
that's not going to be on us. That's going to be...
Well, he ain't fifty
I
correctly.
mean-
You gonna want your phone from your car so you can call at least somebody?
Yeah. Can I call my wife?
Yeah.
Hang on one second. Let him get those on.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
So at what point did you offer her some of that drink, too?
I didn't offer her nothing. Hey, sweetheart. You need to come pick my car up. They got me for drinking on probation.
You gonna tell her the truth, or you want me to tell her the truth?
And talking to, I was giving advice to some female.
Are you gonna tell her the truth, or you want me to tell her the truth?
She was 17 years old. I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't doing nothing.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I wasn't doing nothing. And
Wow.
for real, baby, I wasn't doing nothing. I was sitting here and she was crying. And she's 4 weeks pregnant.
She gonna come for the car then?
You coming for the car? I got the keys on me.
Where the keys at?
I'm coming.
Right here, my front right. Where are the keys?
See? I don't know what you do to your keys, dude.
I didn't touch her or nothing, babe.
So where is she?
She's right here. Here,
So
talk to
why
her.
ain't she telling him that?
Go inside. Hey, ma'am, this is a Deputy Pensacola County Sheriff Office. So if you would like to come pick the car up, it'll be in Woodbine Boat Ramp. If not, let me know so I can get that vehicle towed.
I'm on my way now. Come and get the keys.
Okay.
He told me he has a daughter my age.
I don't know his personal life stuff. I just know that he's labeled to the state as a violent offender.
So what's going on? What happened?
He's down here being inappropriate with a minor.
What were they doing?
Getting in the car uninvited, touching uninvited, exposing himself while urinating off the pier in front of a juvenile. He's out here drinking. I mean, I'm surprised. We put him on a PBT and he blew. I thought it was going to be a lot higher based off of his mannerisms and demeanor. I thought it was going to be a lot higher. Surprisingly, it wasn't. He's not supposed to be drinking according to his probation and stuff either.
So that's the story that she gave you, that he got in their car?
He admitted to getting into the car.
With all three of them?
No.
Other two just came?
Yes.
Can I talk to him?
I don't think that would be an issue.
You know what you did?
I didn't do nothing.
It just doesn't look good. Everything that you did.
What?
Putting your wife through that.
I didn't do nothing.
Hey, your wife is gonna speak to you.
I didn't do nothing.
Well, you admitted to getting in the car, right?
I sat in the car because she invited me in because the boats were bad. And I told her that she needs to settle down with her fiance and talk to her.
That's what you told her?
Yes,
So why she saying something different now?
because her fiance beat her dad up.
Well, why is she saying something different now?
I don't know. I never touched her. I never once laid a hand on her
Why did you even get in the car?
because she was sobbing and complaining
What
about
they got to do with you? Now look where you at. She said you were exposing yourself.
I was not exposing myself. I didn't do nothing.
So how you gonna prove that, Anthony?
I was not exposing myself. I did not do nothing.
Again, how are you gonna prove that?
Again, there was a spot right there under his pants.
That was from the beer bottle from
Okay.
Seagram High School that you see me drinking.
You told me that you
Yes,
was
you did.
putting the things in the trash and you was coming home. That's what you told me.
Right. I got up and I threw her in there and she was sitting. She pulled up and started sitting on the top of her car, sobbing.
He threw it under the bushes out there, so he's gonna get charged for that too, littering. charges keep adding up, so. But she's only 17.
I never touched her or anything.
So he was in the car, one of the girls by herself.
Yes.
And she texted her friend to call 911 because she didn't want to call 911.
Yes, ma'am. She was afraid. She's a grown man. She's 17.
So she thought he was going to do something to her if he knew that she called 911?
No,
Yes, ma'am.
I did not touch her. I did not do nothing to her.
All right, so you're gonna get that vehicle, which it's fine to be there. I'll give you about that day.
Yeah, I'm going to have to come back and get it tomorrow because I was on my way up here when I got the phone call.
Okay, that works. He's gonna go to jail and put him on 48-hour hold before the warrants, and then he'll see the judge whenever I cut the warrants out.
The man was charged with public drunk, littering, public indecency, and sexual battery.